How's it going, guys? So, as I said on Twitter, I thought let's do a video of how I actually film these kind of telestrate rounds here on Skybox. So, this isn't a round I've done yet. This is my first time looking at it in Skybox. I know roughly what's going to happen, but I haven't actually recorded this one yet. So, this won't actually be the recording, but it'll be very close to this. But anyway, let's jump into it. The first thing I do when I open Skybox is I go in here. So, as you can hear, I'll actually turn it up so you can hear this, Anders. There's a bug where this map ambient volume slider doesn't work when you load it up again. So every time I come in, I have to turn it on, apply, turn it off again, apply, because I don't like the ambient volume very much. At least not at the level it kind of bugs to, which is probably max. So from here, now it's time to work out the action. Actually, first I'm just going to turn off visional players. I don't like it too much. So something you guys need to know is when you're actually watching like the gameplay, it's because I've hit this button that says broadcast screen. That pushes all of the gameplay onto a secondary monitor, so you don't see any of these controls when you're actually watching it back. So let's delete our old positions and we'll get into this one. So what's going to happen on this round is G2, they're going to like commit up short pretty much, and then FaZe are going to make a kind of handful of small mistakes as it goes along. So we need to work out what we're actually going to show here. So presumably the first thing we should be showing here is kind of the actual short hit from a good angle. So maybe I want to start it here just before the hit comes in, because I want to set up the round. I want to say, okay, they're coming in, you know, they're in apps or whatever, they're out mid. Now they're going to hit short, and then we talk through it. So maybe I'd set up this shot at the start. So I'm going to start here by kind of talking through the round. Then I'm going to show this kill on twist. Now, something I know that happens next is all this kind of everything happening here in towards kind of the A-bomb site makes Karrigan and Rain here push Banana. So what I want to do is get a good shot to show this bit happening. So I don't know. I'd obviously do it better if I was actually filming it, but maybe we do a shot here. And then I know that I want to flick between those shots at about that timing. I want to flick just after Twist gets this kill over on A, because that's a good timing when I'd come to it here, and then I'd catch Nexa killing, he kills both of these players. So after this, I want to end it back on the A bomb site, because that's where Cold Zero and Twist make mistakes. So as you can see, loads of frags happen, and then Twist and Cold Zero swing out to look for jewels, and they get kind of taken down in the open. So I'm going to need a shot here where I show kind of Cold Zero dying, which is going to be easier said than done, actually. Maybe. Let's watch it again. You see, trickier than it looks. Kind of, I want to get Brokey dying as well. So maybe, what's the original shot? Yeah, the problem is I don't really get Cold Zero very well when he dies in the original. So maybe I'll do this shot, because then I'd get a good chunk of brackets, and I'd get Brokey in the shot. So bam, make the position. So where it's going to work is position 1. I'm going to roll it to the start. I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to fly into this position. I'm going to show these two dying over here. And then after that happens, I'm going to maybe pause it, or if I'm very fast, flick it back. And then I'll show this, and I'll telestrate whatever. Cold Zero pushing. Maybe on for like it'd be quite long. So maybe I'll just show them like overly aggressively swinging, and then Brokey dying, and then I'd end it. So let's go into this one. Up here, you need to change it to the regular pen. Please change it to regular pen as the default, Anders. I like the green color-ish, and then number 7, that will do. So are you ready, lads? We're going to record this, or at least do a mock recording. So position 1, and normally the recording you see is probably second or third take. Probably second. I'm fairly good these days. So I'm going to pick the action point, which is here, 119. I'm going to start 10 seconds before. I'd normally do 10 or 15, but for this we'll do that. So I put it already on the draw panel, then I'll roll it, and when I'm recording this, I'm not talking. I'm just doing the gameplay, and then later on I'll put the audio over. And even if I was on a broadcast, I'd do it exactly the same way, because I do think to get the most out of Skybox, you have to kind of focus your entire brain power to it. So I'd roll the round. I'd say, okay, they're coming down here in towards short. They're executing onto the A bomb site. Maybe I'd say Jax is coming in here. Well, I wouldn't be saying, but I'd be thinking this at this point. And then I'd say, okay, keep an eye on Twist, because now he's going to get a frag there onto Amanek. After this frag goes down, I'd pause it very quickly. I'd flick it back over. I'd go over here. Then I'd say, okay, we've got Rain and Karrigan in Banana. They're going to push around, let it roll, let them die to Nexa here, probably remove that green stuff. Then I'd pause it again, maybe I'd let it roll out on this occasion. I've got a bit of time. Flick it back, and I'd say, okay, look at Brokey. He's playing in the open. Look at Twist. He's also playing pretty wide. They're all going to start facing at the same time because they know it's an eco on the other team. They get too aggressive, too far in the open. Brokey goes down, and Cold Zero starts pushing even more, looking for frags. He dies. And then I probably just leave it rolling, and I just talk over this bit at the end. So that was a pretty kind of sketchy version, I guess, of how it would work. But that's the rough idea. That's the sort of things you need to know about. And something else you guys should probably know is that in terms of when you're like drawing and stuff, you can't draw directly on a player. You have to go off them a little bit. So you can't click on the player. You can do it on the player itself, but the name tag you can't. So you have to click off. And it's the same for smokes. If you click on a smoke, it'll go green. So if you want to highlight a smoke, you have to click off it. And especially when when I'm like actually doing an execute and I'm showing all the nades, you have to be very careful. Same goes with mollies. You have to click off it and go around it. So I have to do all this at the same time and let it play out and not pause for too long and click between these panels, especially if I'm doing it anywhere I have to change the levels over here midway through. That can be pretty mental, but that's the rough idea. Hope you enjoyed that one, and stay tuned for more Skybox segments going forwards.